Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about what to wear so you can stay warm while riding in the cold. Utah, we ride all year round. If you have a fat bike, we ride winter on snow. Right now we don't have a lot of snow. It's December. A lot of trails are still rideable on your regular bike, but it is pretty cold outside. I'm going to go over today what I think is optimal gear so you're not too hot or too cold. It's really not a ton of gear you need to ride in the cold, and there's no point in putting your bike away for the winter because winter riding is great. It's some of the best riding out there. A lot less people on the trails, a lot less hikers, a lot less runners, a lot less dogs. So I think it's a great time to ride. So let's get into it. All right, so I'll have a bunch of links in the bottom description below for pretty much all the gear you're gonna see today. Some of those are affiliate marketing links. They help my channel. They don't cost you anymore if you do buy them on Amazon. Some of them are just regular links to other stuff. Just so you know what I have and if you're looking to get it for yourself.
Well, thank you for your support.
All right, so the two most important things to keep warm when you're riding in the cold is gonna be your hands and your feet. Those are the two things that if they're cold, you could have a miserable ride. If your hands are just freezing cold and your feet are cold, it makes the rest of the riding difficult and cold. Everything else kind of stays warm just from exercising, but your hands and your feet don't really heat up like the rest of your body does when you're pedaling. So let's start with the feet.
Cold feet.
All right, so starting off with your feet, keeping your feet warm. You can buy a pair of riding boots. They do have winter riding boots. A bunch of brands sell them. You can go to your local bike shop, find them. I don't like boots. I think they're too big. They're too clunky. I hate it. So what I do is I get a good pair of winter riding shoes. A bunch of brands make winter riding shoes. These are Shimano's. I will have a link in the description for you guys. Great waterproof riding shoe. Has a super tight, I don't know what you call this thing, but this piece here is just snug around your ankle to keep any snow or moisture from getting in there. Also comes with the BOA system, which I don't know if you ever use that. It's super nice. You just tighten that down. It tightens on your foot. You don't have to worry about tying shoes. Unclick it and it loosens up. So pretty slick stuff. So I pair these with a pair of wool socks, basically to help keep your feet dry in case you have sweaty feet. Wool socks will help pull the moisture away, plus keep your feet nice and warm in those. Those will all be good down to about, I'd say anywhere from 25 to 40 degrees. This will be fine, or warmer. You can go definitely warmer than that, but all the way down to about 25 degrees. That'll be good. If you get less than 25 degrees, you may need a second pair of socks to go with your wool socks, but I rarely ride in under 25, and if I do, it's not for very long. It's like early morning, maybe 18, 19 degrees to start, and then it starts warming up. So, and I've never had a problem with this setup yet. All right, so the next important thing to keep warm is gonna be your hands. Crucial to keep your hands warm. It sucks when your hands are cold, you have a hard time braking, that type of stuff. So there's a couple options. One, you can get some really nice winter gloves. They do make some riding gloves. These are a Castelli winter riding glove, but these only go down, I'd probably say, to like 35 degrees. Anything past 35, these aren't warm enough. What I really recommend if you're gonna ride a lot during the winter is invest in a good pair of bar mitts. So these are some 45 North bar mitts. I'll have a link in the description. I also have a video review on this if you're interested in seeing that. But bar mitts are awesome because you put your hands in, you don't even need gloves, but you don't want. I wear a thin, just my regular summer biking gloves just because I don't like the feel of the rubber handle grips and stuff in my just bare hands. I always ride with gloves. So that's what I wear normally, and I just ride them with the bar mitts, but there are some winter options out there depending on your preference and how cold you're riding. But if you're riding in, cold, I would highly recommend getting a set of bar mitts. All right, so probably the next most important thing to keep warm is gonna be your noodle. For me, depending on how steep the climb is, sometimes I'll wear one of these, sometimes I won't. These are like little, very thin.
Brain freeze!
I don't even know what they're called, but they're like little thin head caps that go underneath your helmet. So you just toss them on, they go over your ears to keep your ears warm. And then basically you put your helmet on top of that. They do have ones for full face. If you like a full face one, I don't have an example of one here. It's in the truck, but I rarely wear the full face. I don't like to cover my face when I'm riding, probably because I'm a mouth breather and I'm
Mouth breather?
pedaling up the hill. So these are great. They do have little holes in them here. If you can see that for sunglasses. So if you do need to wear sunglasses and still cover your ears, they're great. This one's a Hike Adventure brand. I'll have a link in the description. So, but that'd be the third most important thing. All right, now let's talk about keeping your core warm, staying warm, your chest, arms. A lot of people try to wear coats and big jackets. That stuff's just totally not needed, in my opinion, for when you're riding in the cold. When you start pedaling, your body's gonna heat up. As long as you can hold that heat in, you will be fine. And you will not need a big coat or big jacket all the way down to about 20 degrees, 20, 25 degrees. So I'd recommend three things, anywhere from riding, say 20 degrees to 40, 45 degrees. First thing you're gonna get is a good thermal. So this is an Under Armour thermal. This is a base layer 3. They have, I think, 5 total base layers, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly a 5. 4 is gonna be the warmest. 3 works good for me. What I'd recommend is pick up like 1 or 2 of each one, and then as you ride, if we were a little cold on the last ride, go step up to the next base layer. So, but for me, base layer 3 is good from 20 to 40 degrees, perfect. This goes on first. Then I just throw on just a riding shirt as a second layer. So it's just something breathable. So in case I do get hot, I can unzip and air can get in here and cool me off. Because sometimes you don't want to get too hot and sweat a lot, because then you can get really cold. When you start coming downhill, you definitely don't want to be sweating a lot. So that would be the second layer. Then the third layer, which might surprise you, is just a super light windbreaker. Waterproof, windproof windbreaker. So once you start riding with these three things on, your body will basically heat up. It'll basically turn into like an internal combustion chamber and basically keep you warm. If you get hot, you just unzip a little bit, let some air in when you're riding. If you get a little cold when you're doing that, zip it back up and keep riding. So this one has a hood on it. So if you get cold, you can flip it up over your head if the wind's going really, like blowing really hard. So, all right, and last thing, keep warm, be your legs. Legs! So I run just a good pair of leggings, just riding leggings. These are for kind of colder weather. This one comes with a chamois built into it, obviously for pad your booty. So, which I like, because then I don't have to wear another chamois with it, because I always wear a chamois because it sucks to get your butt bone sore. So, but I always wear a chamois. They do have onesies without the chamois, but I prefer the one with the chamois, and basically they just have a zip up leg to go up over your socks or any other gear you're wearing. So I wear those, and then I wear a good pair of just waterproof riding pants, or just some shorts, depending on what it is. So I wear shorts most of the time just because my calves and the rest of my legs just don't get cold when I'm riding. So the leggings are plenty warm, all the way down to 20 degrees. It just don't have a problem, especially when I'm pedaling a lot. So I prefer shorts myself, but you could do a pair of riding pants, just a lightweight riding pants, and that's all you'd really need. So, and that'll pretty much wrap it up for today, guys. Thanks for watching. There are a bunch of links in the bottom of everything that's on here, recommendations. You could also visit my website, adventureswithclaire.com. Thanks for hanging with us today.